It's time now for the Beer Chill 5 o'clock news on a Saturday evening, October 17th, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins at your 5 o'clock news 9-0. Top story at 5 o'clock of this Saturday evening here is... There once was mutual public deference, but that has eroded as the Florida Republicans battling for the presidential nomination have come to see the other as the main threat to lofty ambitions as Jeb Bush claims the party's husband mental and Rubio wants it more. Chris Mintz wrote that he was shot in the left and right legs, the abdomen, the shoulder blade, and the left finger. Nearly every bullet breaking a bone. Tremor swirled again around the Republican-controlled Benghazi committee on Friday as a question a senior aide to the Hillary Clinton prompted a fresh accusation that the panel was created to damage the Democratic frontrunner's presidential campaign. In Des Moines, when Senator Bernie Sanders came to speak in Iowa a few months ago, Drake University student Ian Miller snagged a seat on the stage. Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, the elusive Mexican drug kingpin who escaped from a high-security prison in July, was injured in his leg and face during a headlong fight as authorities recently closing in on his mountain hideout, Mexico's national said. Jerusalem, Israeli authorities said 4 Palestinians have been shot dead and a fifth seriously injured in the reported knife attacks on Saturday in Jerusalem and the occupied West Bank as tensions ran up high after the more than 2 weeks of unrest. Istanbul, Turkey will not hesitate to shoot down planes violent in its airspace as Prime Minister Ahmet Davutoglu said on Saturday that the day after the NATO member shut down an unidentified drone near its border with Syria. Spielfeld, Austria, the small Alpine state of Slovenia became the latest focus of Europe's continuing migration crisis, where hundreds of migrants were murdered there on Saturday after Hungary blocked the main transit route by closing its frontier. Conakry, Guinea's elections commission says incumbent President Alpha Conde has won a second term, receiving enough votes to avoid a runoff. A candidate for mayor in the German city of Cologne was severely wounded the day before the election in a knife attack by a man who has motive police presume was a candidate support for migrants. James Vernon, a former Army vet, tackled a knife-wielding teenager to trim and kill everyone in an Illinois public library. Oregonian Chris White doesn't listen to the naysayers, the ones who said that it would be forced to start a business in New York's struggling cemetery where antique shops peddle artifacts from a richer past economic malaise hovers like fog. As casino project took hope to New York's struggling cemetery. Multiple gunshots were fired at a Walmart store. As the store was locked down, an alleged gunman was arrested, but police said the suspect was the only one injured in Saturday's incident in the outskirts of this northeastern Pennsylvania city. The Sacramento Police Department released sketches on Saturday of 2 suspects in the 7 of U.S. airmen hailed as a hero for help on a terror attack aboard a European train. U.S. authorities are reported to be investigating whether Russian hackers have infiltrated the Dow Jones Financial News Company to steal market-moving information prior to publication. The United States government has canceled plans that allow oil drilling along the Arctic coast of Alaska for the next 2 years. The Interior Department in the Nats, Washington, U.S. consumer sentiment rebounded slightly in early October as suggested that the economic recovery remained on track despite headwinds from a strong dollar and weak global demand that have weighed on the industrial sector. A police helicopter flies past a UAV drone quadcopter flying over a post-match street celebration in Baltimore on May 2nd and delayed by the FAA and announcing the rules for drones as all the commercial use offer reps. This week, NASA's Cassini spacecraft captured some of the most detailed images yet of Saturn's ice moon Enceladus as they showed the monthly train and streak surface of the moon's northern polar region when an impossible to photograph up. Scientists are scrambling to take a closer look at the mysterious star in the Milky Way galaxy, which could potentially signify the existence of an extraterrestrial civilization. NASA astronaut Scott Kelly broke the record for most days spent in space on Friday as Kelly marked his 383rd day. A limb in space on October 16th, surpassing the previous record of 382 coming into days according to NASA. Vasco's side batteries would be sold to the food processing industry in the growing export market in Abatuba, near the mouth of the Amazon River. It's back to the drawing board for the treating colorectal polyps, which often lead to cancer. New trials, some unfortunate news. Treating one extremely unpleasant disease which vitamin D or calcium isn't working. The 7 campaign models for Rosie Huntington Whiteley's for the first exclusive called Lecture to the Breast Cancer Now in a partnership with Marks and Spencer. And now look at the New England Insular here at 323 River Street at went from a fire into the stove. And now look at the sports here. Let's take a look at some college football scores on this Saturday evening here. With 7:29 left in the fourth quarter, it's Northern Illinois 31, Miami, Ohio 12. Bowling Green leading Akron 28-10 at halftime. 11-12 left in the third quarter. It is Georgia State 24, Ball State 10. 104 left in the second quarter. It is Massachusetts and Kent State tied at 10. 43 seconds left in the second quarter. It's Colorado State 21, Air Force 13. At halftime, it's Idaho 6, Troy 0. With 8 seconds left in the second quarter, it's Miami, Florida 13, Virginia Tech 13. 7:07 left in the second quarter. It's Alabama 21, Texas A&M 6. 24 seconds left in the second quarter. It's Syracuse 21. It's Virginia 14. 1:19 left in the second quarter. Oklahoma all over Kansas State 35-0 here. Indiana leading Rutgers 24-20 with 29 left in the second quarter. At halftime, it's Michigan 10, Michigan State 7. At halftime, Nebraska leading Minnesota 24-14. 2:12 left in the second quarter. It's Charlotte 24, Old Dominion 12. 6:43 left in the second quarter. It's South Carolina 6, Vanderbilt 0. 11:52 left in the second quarter. It's Washington State 24, Oregon State 3. 6:10 left in the second quarter. It's Wyoming 7, Nevada 7. Baylor over West Virginia 62-38. Florida State over Louisville 41-21. Memphis 37, Ole Miss 24. Iowa 40, Northwestern 10. Toledo 63, Eastern Michigan 20. Western Michigan 49, Ohio 14. South Florida 28, Connecticut 20. East Carolina 30, it's Tulsa 17. Wisconsin 24, Purdue 7. Marshall 33, Florida Atlantic 17. Middle Tennessee 42, Florida International 34. Texas Tech 30, Kansas 20. It's Army 21, Bucknell 14. Mississippi State 45, Louisiana Tech 20. It's Pittsburgh 31, Georgia Tech 28. Central Michigan 51, it is Buffalo 14. And now look at some sports news here, along with some scores here. In MLS soccer action here, it is Columbus Crew defeating Toronto 2-0 there, and the New England Rebels will play their final home game of the season in Gillette against Montreal Impact, game time 7:30 p.m. In Major League Baseball, in game number 1, game number 2 of the ALCS, the Toronto Blue Jays are leading the Kansas City Royals 1-0 in the top of the third here, and the Chicago Cubs and New York Mets will square up against each other in game number 1 in NLCS tonight, 8:07 p.m. at Citi Field in New York. Johnny Manziel went on Twitter Friday night and attempted to damage Cruz, and it was embarrassment. It wasn't serious as news spread that a high-profile Cleveland Browns quarterback has another off-the-field incident on his record. Kansas City, Kansas. Matt Kansas walked quietly in an interview at Kansas Speedway, sat behind a microphone and was asked to reflect on last year's chase for the Sprint Cup championship. Allen Robinson and the Jaguars looking to mitigate the impact of Texans star J.J. Watt, Kevin Durant, and Thomas J. Russo. Peter Channel News Times down 508, and it's time now for travel report on this Saturday evening here. As we take a look at the traffic situation and looking at the maps here, showing 95 minutes southbound side is so from Kentucky, that's good all the way up to downtown Providence here. On Route 495, we got an accident around Route 24 in Bridgewater, so expect some delays here. 95 on the northbound side, it is so from the Ponce Street all the way out to Route 120 in Cantonair. 120 on the southbound side, so Route 138 all the way out to Route 37 from the Canton and Braintree stretch here. 120 on the northbound side, so from the Braintree split to Route 20 in Randolph here. Route 3 on the southbound side, it is so from Route 18 in Weymouth all the way out to Drury Street. Route 3 on the northbound side, it is slow around the Braintree split. 120 on the northbound side, it is slow around Route 95 in Canton. 120 on the southbound side, it is slow from Great Plain Avenue all the way out to Route 135 in Needhamere. Mass parking on the eastbound side is full for Route 128 in West Denier. Mass 120 on the southbound side, so from Waltham all the way out to Route 9 in Wellesley here. Southeast Expressway on the southbound side, so from the Pike all the way out to the Braintree split. Southeast Expressway on the northbound side, so from Deposit Street in Quincy all the way out to the Massachusetts Turnpike. Tunnel slow on the southbound side, a little slow on the northbound side here. 93 on the northbound side, it did so before the Zakin Bridge and into the Somerville stretch here. 120 on the southbound side, so from 114 Puberty all the way out to Right in here, 120 on the northbound side. So from Route 3 and moving all the way out to Wakefield because with some accidents on 120 on the southbound side. So on Route 129 and right in here. And 120 on the southbound side. Got an accident around Route 20 and right into expecting delays here. 290 on the westbound side. Got an accident around Route 9 in Worcester. So expecting delays here. 93 on the southbound side. So after 293 in Manchester, Hampshire here. And main turn back on the southbound side. Accident around Route 295 here, so expect some delays here in Portland, Maine. Okay, take a look at MBTA alerts here. Board on the line will be closed from end of service on October 17th and 18th. Please board and exit the blue line at State Street during the closure here. Red Line Express and minor delays due to police action here. And buses will place an orange line service between Forest Hills and Regular Station on October 17th and 18th from start to the end of the service here. And Commuter Rail's looking good and the ferries out looking good here. Pierre Newsom, 511 time now for weather report here. Phase 1 remains in effect from 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Sunday, and location in Eastern Essex County, as well as coastal Norfolk, Plymouth, and Bristol counties in Massachusetts. Temperatures in the mid-20s around 30 degrees here. Timing, temperatures will fall below freezing after midnight and remain there throughout sunrise on Sunday. Impact of the freeze is expected, which will likely kill crops and other sensitive vegetation, as a freeze warning is issued when freezing temperatures are forecasted to threaten outdoor plants. Those with agricultural interest in the water and areas are advised to harvest to protect tender vegetation. Also, potted plants are normally left outdoors, should be covered or brought inside away from the cold here. Day 1 tonight, freeze warning, and day 2 for 7 Sunday for Friday, freeze warning here. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. Tonight, forecast got about 28 degrees, northwest with about 5 to 7 miles an hour here. Sunday, sun's got about 45 degrees, northwest with about 5 to 7 miles an hour here. Sunday, most goods got about 26 degrees, northwest with about 5 miles an hour here. Monday, sun's got about 47 degrees, west with about 5 miles an hour here. Monday night, most goods got about 35 degrees, southwest with about 3 to 6 miles an hour here. Tuesday, parts of the most clouds got about 6 about 46 degrees. Wednesday, parts of the most clouds got about 6 about 46 degrees. Thursday, parts of the clouds got about 6 about 42 degrees. Friday, most sunny got about 53 about 37 degrees. And for Saturday, most sunny clouds have about 56 degrees. Right now, current conditions here in North Massachusetts at 5:13 p.m. here. 54 degrees overcast, guys. Humidity 33%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news, and it's October 17th, 2015 on a Saturday evening. Beauty, have a good evening and goodbye today to all. See you for a late night report during the second and third intermissions of the Boston Bruins Arizona Coyotes game. Have a good evening.